to see another video on UDISE Plus portal, especially on student information module. So to go to that, it's a common procedure. You need to enter your school UDISE code and then password. Click on login. So you'll be entering into this. For this, you have to go to current academic year. To do all the activities, first you need to complete your school progression. Like last year's progression has to be completed and finalized. If that is done, the remaining options can be opened for you. So in this, you have these particular options which you can see on your left, on your left. One is school dashboard. In the school dashboard, you can see class wise, boys, girls, and total. And then school details. You will be having school profile, privileges, and section management. In school profile, you can see the basic details of the school, and then school privileges, like what are the options you have in school level or admin level. You'll be seeing the options, so you can check which option is available for you and which option is available at district level. And then section management, if you would like to add extra section or so and so, you can add it from this particular page. And then there is another portal called request management. If you want to import some student and he is active in another school, using this request management, you can uh, go for a request of transferring that student back to your school. If he has recently joined in your school, you can use this to make sure that the student particular school was informed that the student is here. And then student name update. Please check name of the student can be updated but from the school login, but only few cases are allowed. Like you can see here, rearrangement of words is allowed, or single character correction is allowed. Name में spaces है तो वो भी allowed है, or removal of title name miss, like those things can be allowed. But complete change of names are what you can see, like one of the Kumar is missing here. Such things cannot be changed from the school login. If there are any such corrections, you need to approach your Mandal user or district user. And then here you can see list of students. So you can directly open this and download if you want all the student details from this using this Excel option. And then upper module, this is not yet activated. It will be activated only once all the GP, EP, FP and finalization is done. And then there is another thing called section shift. Like if you want to shift a student from one section to another section, you can do it from this particular page, but you can't do class change from the school login. It can only be done from the district login or state login. It is not even available in the Mandal logins also. And then the next one, student movement and progression. Like once the progression activity is already done, I have already shared a video previously on this, how to do the progression activity. If you want to check, you can check that video. And then import module. This import module is like if you want to pick a student who is in the other within the state, other state, or if the student is in Dropbox or inactive student list, you can pick the student directly using these details. To check the students, like if you don't know the exact details of the student, but you know the details of the school where the student came from that school also the list of dropped students you can check. So if there is any student who came to your school from another school, you can just check the school details here from there, and then the details of this will be the student can be picked using his pen number. and transfer certificate are marked dropout. So if any student was given TC or he left the school, you can drop that student from here. And this is inactive student module. So if you want to make a student inactive, like if he might be a duplicate entry or any such case, if you want to inactivate that student, it can be done from the school login itself. And then the reporting module, you can download all these reports from your school login itself. List of students in Dropbox, inactive students history, imported students history, active students, like all these can be done. You can also download this progression activity details which you have completed. You can download the Excel copy of that, so that it will be easy for you if you can have a copies, if you can have copies of that. And then school certification, this only can be done once all the students promotion EPGP EPFP is done, then only you can do the school certification. So this is not to be done immediately, it takes some time. Once you certify the data, you can't edit any of the things, so this has to be done after completing all the entries on, like addition of new students and everything has to be done before doing this certification. And then duplicate records, if your school has any duplicate record, it will be showing here. And then global student search, so this option is not available for schools last year till last year, but this year it was available for schools also. Here you can search a student's detail using his name, date of birth, father name or mother name. Any three are mandatory, like student name is mandatory. With that, if you don't have exact date of birth, you can enter the father's name and mother's name. Each three characters are enough, so that you can search the details. So if a student came to you and he doesn't know his pen number or anything, and he doesn't even know his school number, school name and all, but using his basic details, you can check whether the student is available on online or not. Like if he was registered in UDISE portal previously or not, so that you can import those students using those pen numbers. If you search the student details, automatically pen number will be shown so that you can get it. And then form fields validation guide. So this particular thing is enabled this year. So you can see which fields are mandatory in each and everything, like student's name, what are mandatory. So this way you can check what are the mandatory fields and what and how they should be filled. It can be checked from this particular point. And coming back to the updating of all three profiles of the students, we generally call it GPEPFP. That is nothing but general profile, enrollment profile and facilities profile. So for this, every school has to update each and every student details. See, for example, if there is a student called Alina Begum, you have to tap on this GP. So the basic details of the student is available here. So you have to check whether all the details are correct or not. And then if all the details are correct, you just have to click on next. In the same way, enrollment profile and then facilities profile. So in facilities profile, a particular government schools will be having these questions like if the student was given full textbooks, uniforms and all, those you have to update. Like this, you can see the student data, complete data of the student which was checked. So for all the private schools and the government schools even, they can take a printout of this of each student and give it to the parents to cross check whether the data is correct or not, so that if you can get a signed copy of that, there will be no further problems with the parents also in case of any corrections. If they approach you for any corrections, you can do that. And one more thing here, it was not active right now, but once it is active, in the middle you get an option called update. To be precise, it will be here. So if the data is correct, you need to tap on update, which will be here. So like 3 profiles of each student has to be updated and then finalized. In the same way, all the student details have to be updated. And for your kind notice, this particular add student option is also available. So to add a new student to a school, it is only available for class 1 for the time being. It might be given for the other classes later, but there is an option when we enabled at district login for new student addition. So you better, if you have students in other classes who are not enrolled in UDISE, you make a list of it, get ready with the list of the students, and then you can submit that in the district office through your mandal offices. So in this, these are the details you have to enter a new student. So first, the student Aadhaar number has to be done. So a student if your new student has to be added, he must possess an Aadhaar number. For the students without Aadhaar, you can't do that from the school. It can be done from the district user. So please make sure that all your students have Aadhaar numbers. Then it will be easy for you to do it from the school login itself. If the student is genuinely not having Aadhaar and you wanted to enroll that student into the UDISE portal, then you have to approach the district office, so that your students details will be entered online. So as you can see, the simple details: student name, gender, date of birth, and this is optional, not necessary. Mother's name, father name, and if in case of no mother and father, the guardian's name has to be written here. And Aadhaar number of the student, the same number which you enter, you have to enter here. And then name as per Aadhaar. This should be exactly as per the Aadhaar card. Then only the data will be validated. If not, it won't be validated. And then admission date, whether CWSN or not. So CWSN means children with special needs, like special needs children. There will be, we can call them disabled children, but this CWSN will be the perfect thing to be called. They are the children with special needs. So if the student is having any special need, then you have to tap on yes. If not, no. This is the basic details, and after that you have to update the remaining details which were to be done from the GPEPFPs. So this is how you enter the new student details in your schools. But this is only available for class 1 for all the schools. And remaining classes, if there are any students that has to be entered, you have to import those students. If the student is not available for import, as the student was not entered into the UDISE, then the option you have to exercise is, you have to make a list of it and then submit the details in the district office, so that the student names will be added. And then one more thing, like you can see an option called form center here. If you click on that, you can see 2 forms. One is form S02, which is used for addition of new student from class 2 to 12. This can be done from block level, district level, or state level. But for the time being, right now, it is only available at the state level. We'll further see whether the option will be enabled for block or district users. And then form S03, if there are any changes to the student name, class, and other basic details like date of birth, Aadhaar number, and such cases, you will have to submit form S03. And these forms shall be duly attested by the block officers, that is MEOs or deputy IOs. So you can download this form and you can use that. Thank you. Hope you all like my videos. Please do share, like, and subscribe.